JD, Fog Wrestling, here for a wee bit of that IWC drama. We're back. I'm very, very ready to go here. Cause I tell you what, Ricochet, calling JD a bitch. Oh, I'm ready to go. But JD put up this tweet back in October. Ricochet wrestling on Rampage, yet we have this jobber tag team match that forwards zero story happening right now. How the fuck do you come to that decision? AEW Dynamite. Now, Ace Humphrey says, I wonder if JD will have the same energy with Penta wrestling on WWE Main Event. Ricochet then replied, saying JD is a bitch. There's a lot more back and forth here, folks, so you know what? We're going to get into it and break it down, but let's just break down what's right in front of us here. Right. Absolutely correct, Demundo. It's double standards for JD. We know this. This guy used to love AEW, but then Big Nose, then Big Triple H stepped in to WWE, and this guy loves him. He hates McMahon. He's the biggest libtard I've ever seen in the world. Is JD from New York. Blind guy, doesn't know what good wrestling is. He's an absolute mark. You know what I mean? He kicks off his wee streams, man. The CGI screen in his mother's basement. Driving the car, looking out the window. Probably doesn't even have a car. I mean, what loser uses a fucking CGI car for the intro in a CGI city? Probably because he's never been out in the city. I mean, he's one of these tough guys. Thinks he's a tough guy from New York. Never left his mother's basement. And see Ricochet. I've no love for Ricochet, but Ricochet calling JD a bitch. Well, you know what? That just scratches my itch, brother. I've got some people replying, be careful, Ricochet. If you keep saying these things, we might start cheering you. Aunt Davis says, brought us here real for real. One of these days, someone gonna, you know what I'm a shut up. Cook that fraud, king. 1000%. Dabby Dab says, I actually agree with this, and now I can't have a reason to hate you now, Ricochet. Phil, yes, king. Demon energy activator. Haha. Hate when he does that, to be fair. Michael Norton says, a bitch with Napoleon complex. He also hates women. And racist to boot, terrible person. Now, here, I haven't listened to enough of JD to be able to comment or not whether he hates women and if he's a racist, but if he does, leave it down in that comment section down below. A bitch with a half-ass stolen gimmick. JD replied, I've angered myself with... Oh no, sorry. I've angered another sicko with my opinion on pro wrestling. How will I live with myself? We'll dive into this. I think Ricochet responded. Another old-fashioned sir. Where's Ricochet? Where's the big bad Ricochet? Did Ricochet go hiding? Of course Ricochet didn't go hiding. I mean, before we even move on to Ricochet, here's JD talking about Ricky Starks. If Ricky Starks' numbers are that good, right? Why is he... It's a botch by it's a flop and it's a botch by Triple H not putting him on the main roster. Putting him on NXT does nothing. He's already established. Everyone knows who he is. Ricochet responded, oh no, praise or criticism aside, I just don't like you on a personal level. So JD responded, where were you when I praised you for close to a decade? Your work in black and gold, defending you from the horrors of Vince. Wanting better for you, that's right. Silence. You don't know me on a personal level. You can't speak about me on a personal level. You know me as a guy on YouTube who calls professional wrestling as he sees it, and it bothers you. That's why you're replying to a troll account sparking tribalism on X. Yeah, they don't know each other on a personal level. But I guess what Ricochet means is he doesn't care whether JD's criticising him or praising him. He just doesn't like him on a personal level based off what he's listened to. And you know what? I don't know JD on a personal level, but listening to his videos, I don't like the guy. Cards on the table, me and Ricochet in the same camp. And then Ricochet, I don't know if it's really a dig at JD, but he just ends talking about the collision rating. I don't know what the collision rating was, but the fact it's the second highest viewing since September doesn't mean it can't be made on site, doesn't mean it at all. It can mean is it is not that high. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, folks, leave your thoughts down below. We've just got two jobbers arguing on Twitter amongst themselves. Who's right? Who's in the wrong? Is any of them right? Is any of them wrong? It's not a matter of opinion. It's just fake, shitey wrestling.